The staircase has been turned on, and before you guys leave the floor, a goblin comes in and tells you that there is a human outside claiming to know Hawkins.
Oh, that must be John.
Yeah, is John the guy we sent the pixie to, or is that somebody else?
Yeah. He's the guy I sent the pixie to.
So now how trustworthy is this John person?
We've been in school together before I got sent off to the war we were in.
Well, the gist of what I'm asking is he gonna I mean, like, we haven't reported anything to the place who sent us out here, but is he gonna feel the need to report anything that's here and fuck up what we
No.
got going on?
Oh no, he's probably not. He wouldn't do
He
that.
gonna fuck with our good shit.
No, he doesn't really like fuck with the government people.
Oh my god.
Okay.
I'm sure I find this.
I keep seeing memes and I don't know what it's from, but it's like the guy goes, I gotta tell you, I'm not a big fan of the government.
It could be so many things.
Oh, he repeats it like 3 or 4 times, and I don't know what the fuck it's like. Because it's always an animated thing of it, and I don't know what it's from.
Must be from like a street interview or something.
I mean, I guess we just tell if Hawkins vouches for him, let him in. You know, what are we gonna do?
That's fine.
I'm trying to find this thing.
I'm so annoyed.
But yeah, I would just send word down to let them in. But that's like a couple floors below us, I imagine, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, a lot of the goblins there. I'd like to ask if he knows anything about my the armor that I give him, possibly getting done. Because we've been fucking around for a bit.
Oh,
The boulette armor. I gave him 8 pieces.
the butlet armor.
Yeah, the third about it.
Also, why does my AC keep resetting?
I'm trying so hard. To upload this new picture for burning my head.
Yeah, so it'd be at 16.
Yeah, he says that's almost ready. you can have them try to bring it to you when it's finished, which would be like another day or two, or you can head back and get it.
I mean, it wouldn't take very long to go back down there and get it whenever it is done. In between us going to different rooms, we usually take some sort of a break.
The fucking bitch. That's the fucking
So then, what do you guys want to keep going? Like, go ahead and go to the next floor, and then see where to go from there. Are you gonna go ahead and get John and the armor before going?
Let me ask this bullet armor. How much?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what is the what time of what kind of armor is it?
Um, I was going to go with 14, but still like light armor, still able to be worn by uh
Well, I can wear medium because that's what I'm wearing right now.
yeah, leather.
Because right now I have the breastplate of gleaming, which is a 14, and then my dex, so it's a +2.
Ah, okay, I looked at the wrong thing. We'll make it a sure, we'll make it 16.
Is it 16 plus any modifiers, or is it 16 just straight up?
16 plus dex, yeah.
Okay. Just having this discussion with God, and then look over to Hawkins. Hawkins, did you get an HD upgrade?
Wait, what?
He
Oh.
changed his token.
I also changed my token?
But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind waiting around for like a day or two so I can get the upgrade. But that's up to everybody else.
I'm cool with a day or two downtime. Well, that's always good for me.
Oh yeah, are we still fucked up by them curses or whatever that was put on us?
Where the fuck is my page of notes for that shit? Fuck. What were the curses that you have right now?
I know one of them was about our HP. I think. I don't know. No, not HP. It was our age.
Oh yeah, that stuff. That stuff's permanent, unless you reverse it by magical means elsewhere. And then there were like a couple of other ones that were essentially just like plant life doesn't like you, or bugs really like you,
I think I had the
and
bug one.
that stuff lasted for I think a week.
Hey, how did you do your story? Okay,
You guys want to do anything with downtime?
I want to figure out how to.
Yeah, give me a sec. Hawkins is definitely going to talk stuff over with John and kind of like show him around the levels. Mm,
So you're leaving this floor, Hawkins.
Potentially. Yeah, especially if we're just sitting around for hours.
We are.
Like,
Okay,
how much downtime are we doing?
like 2 days.
2 days. Yeah, definitely. I'm definitely leaving this floor in 2 days.
Like during those 2 days, I would like probably just immediately head down to where the goblins are and just kind of like chill with the
Yeah.
goblins. And
We start working on stuff outside too.
I would like to,
Okay.
if possible, the few people that I did make like my people of Jubilex, I would like to, like kind of hang with them and like see how they're doing, as well as maybe like guide them in the right direction.
Um. So anyone leaving the floor, I need you guys to make wisdom saving throws.
Okay, hold on.
Oh goody. Does that fail?
Yes.
Fuck. Uh, you know what? Fuck it. Cobalt Skull. I'm gonna try my luck. Damn it.
Also a failure.
Wait, this is the wrong character sheet.
You said wisdom saving throw?
Yes.
That was John's.
Also a failure.
Good God.
That succeeds.
I don't know if John had to make one for going up the stairs or not, but I technically rolled on his sheet the first time. So if he had to redo it, there's that. But if not, then I can just say that the second roll was my chronal shift.
Um. No, he'd only have to make one if he came up to this floor and then left it. So final and or sorry, Ajax and Brinley. As you two return to the lower floors, you completely forget the events and
Oh shit.
you've Jeez, my brain right now. Um, what race is Brinley?
Asimar,
Asmar. Okay.
and I was in Astral.
You guys that failed remember nothing of the time spent on the 4th floor. You don't remember going there. You don't remember catching the pixie. You don't remember anything.
Sick.
Okay. Question: If
Mhm.
do you remember if I was the carnival on this floor, or was that last floor?
That was the last floor.
Okay, yeah, then that's when I did that shit. Okay, I would remember that then. I was trying to remember if I meditated on this floor and had the visions from Jubilex, but that was last floor.
Yeah. So checking in with the goblins. They seem to be improving rather well, honestly. Um,
What about my little subsection of them?
yeah, each subsection is honestly doing fantastic. GOM has them all
Do I know anything about my camera?
on some level of discipline that are like actively practicing each each of their like separate skill sets fairly regularly. The I'd say they'd probably be like close to level 2.
Sick. Are there any wizards?
Do I remember anything about
Yeah.
my channel author? No.
Do you remember anything about your what?
Channel off.
Panel off?
Channel off. An animal creature that turned into stone.
Does she remember the thing that
Oh,
turned
that was on the last floor. Yeah.
Yeah, you still remember that.
I do remember it.
Yeah, that was on the floor before.
How's that doing?
She wants to check on the kennel off, and then I'll check on the wizards that I started and talk to John.
The Caneloth is still stone.
What about because I know I turned that one goblin, like he had a deeper bond, like his wound kind of like. Can I tell like if
Yeah, feet.
he's? Can I tell? Yeah, if I can. Can I tell if he's coming like a? I assume he's like a warlock, right?
Yes.
Okay, can I tell what kind of warlock he's turning into?
Jubilex.
Oh no, I'm talking about
Warlock.
like more of a caster, more like me.
What
Like
kind of
basically,
warlock do you want him to be?
If he's the same as him, it'd be like hexplay, but like if he's just a Jubilex, would he be a different pact? I guess is what he's saying.
yeah, that's what I'm trying to get at.
Like would it be like undead or like
I'm just trying to
He
just.
would only be practicing like monkey see, monkey do. So if he did have a different kind of power set, you wouldn't know. And I don't think he would really know either until like level 3 or 4 potentially.
Let's see. Do I have? I don't know why the fuck I have fireball on my shit twice. Is there like a weapon while I'm down there that I can grab, like either short sword or long sword or something like that? Or if I asked him to like pick out a weapon that he liked.
What, to train him in?
No, so basically my the idea I just had was and I'd even take a negative to me if I had to make it, so I would let him choose out his weapon, and then while having my glaive either touch it or channel my energy into it while holding his weapon, and basically give him the ability to be like a hex blade, same as I am with having an eye open on the just one eye, even if it's that open up on the weapon. Even if I have to take a -1 to my glaive because it's at a +3 right now, I think. Or no, it's at a +2.
So if you wanted to do that, you would have to transfer all of the power that you've gained to another weapon. So all of the pluses that you've gotten on top of what it originally was would be lost. So you go back down to a +1, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I'm only at a +2 right now because of the bullshit that we did before.
Mm.
I mean,
I remember you guys did another upgrade. I didn't remember if
I mean, if we did,
both of you, if you used both of them on the glaive or not.
as far as I know, we didn't, because I got the improved factor open, which made it +1 already, and then we did the thing, which gave it another plus.
Oh, maybe you did it to Brenly's weapon.
Yeah, we
think
did
so.
bring it up in
I
one
mean,
time.
I'd be willing to take a -1 to my shit, that's so that he could have it.
Okay.
Whichever weapon he ends up picking out. That does mean I gotta change all the shit, though.
He'll probably pick a spear.
He picks a net. All right.
Who's this blonde guy?
He's a friend from college, bro.
Is that all we know about it?
For the most part. Not really. wasn't really expecting him to be here immediately, to be honest.
Wait, is that the guy?
Yeah.
Zoom in. Jesus Christ. Hey, why is he got ghost?
Yeah, why you got ghosted?
He is 3 levels of College of Spirits and Bard, and has the
You got the barge?
Talks to Spirits.
Like it, as soon as you said that,
You
it
got
just
that
reminds me of that.
necromancy
Do you at all watch It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
I have seen some of it.
There's a part where Danny DeVito playing Frank in there is like, "So you're telling me you can conjure the dead? Can you contact my bitch ex-wife so I can lay into her from the other side?"
But he is a bard wizard. And uses a tarot deck, arcane focus.
Woo-hoo, you're dead. Okay.
And
Did you just get bored running?
well, he was my backup character. I sent him a message so that he could be like on the way here for whenever Hawkins starts to like work on machines and like building stuff.
Yeah.
He also has healing spells from being a bard, so he's like an off healer for us.
Oh.
And then
While y'all are doing jumps on there and grab slice.
the
Oh, you're not.
wizards that we started training with the goblins. I think I just told them to learn like the mold earth cantrip, and like if they could get up to being a conjuring wizard, that would be amazing. But like I don't know how high hopes I have for them to actually be able to specialize in a school.
The mold earth cantrip, and then what?
But like if I could teach goblins any spells, that would have been like the mold earth cantrip. And let me see what else is on his list. Yeah, and then I think with Hawkins, he would probably want them to learn like something simple to start, and then if like you would give them like books to like try to get better if they can, but he's like not super confident in them. But it would definitely be like mold earth and like shield, because he thinks that they would probably just get hit super easy, or like something else like find familiar, something like just useful and easy.
I'll say Hawkins can leave some books. Mold Earth, Find Familiar, and I'll say one other. Or Hawkins can teach them himself, but that'll take time.
Right. Yeah, like I just didn't know like what level they were at now from like when we left them before. I don't know what their skill level got to. Um the like are these goblins gonna be able to get like a level 2 wizard ability?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. Because at that point I would just like be definitely trying to get them to focus on like a transmutation or conjuring magic as their like schools of focus.
For as the entire group.
I tried. I'm failing.
Right, like transmutation is like a good one, and then conjuring is like
Okay.
the other one that I would do, just because transmutation would already match the like mold earth that they're doing already.
Do you want the whole group to be transmutation, or do you want to do half and half?
Half and half would be great.
Okay.
But yeah, that's what his idea would be. I don't know what it would take to do that. You just let me know.
For going the school choices, we can say that you intended that before you set out into the dungeon to begin with.
I don't know where you're gonna sit.
And then those specific things you'll have to wait longer for,
You close the
or
door behind you.
spend time teaching them.
Muggle. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, I think he would spend the time for now.
Comfy chair. There's black chairs there in the kitchen.
Just because that would be so valuable, and he can start setting up a base around the tower.
Okay, so you're swapping out for John then?
Yeah, I think that would be the best play with that as the move.
All right. So you get the armor. And is there anything else you guys want to do before you go further in?
Uh, try to, I guess. I would say since we've never seen the John person before, if I can introduce ourselves to him and then you know.
Yeah, Hawkins would definitely like mention him in passing and then just like walk off. Be like, he's here to help you.
Immediately ask. So, John, do you have any black occultish robes I can use?
Yeah, sure.
Cool, we'll need them later.
Oh god, I don't know what to prepare at all. I don't remember how many I get.
Ooh, yeah, I've been here. I also can actually see. I can see. So
See.
let's see where they I'm saying girl because your cat just started scratching on my tracks. Remember that?
Of course, the only one who remembers the fourth floor is leaving, by the way.
Who?
Yeah, Hawkins is the only one that remembers the next floor. He's like,
Hawkins probably would have known to tell John that you guys are going all the way to the 5th floor. So
Yeah.
John would be like, well, yo, we're only on the 4th floor once you guys get there again.
I'd be like,
yeah.
but John,
Especially if you mention to Hawkins that you don't remember what happened, he would tell you. But like,
I mean, I don't think it would come up until I get back to the fourth floor, and I'd just be like, you know, oh, why is stairs already moving? We haven't done anything here.
a familiar comes up and just like points you up to the next floor.
Sorry,
I just
50.
imagine that Hawkins would keep walking, and so would I.
But Hawkins isn't here. He's
Yeah,
building a base.
Yeah, Hawkins is crafting with the goblins at the bottom.
But yeah, I guess if people are gonna tell everybody that we need to go to the next floor up, Ajax would just be confused.
Fair. Most people would be. So as you guys are going through the stairway again, you see light in the distance, but it's not the same as the lobby that you're used to. You see a blue sky and clouds through the threshold of the doorway at the bottom of the stairs that you're walking down. As you get closer, you start to see the tops of trees, but from the bottom.
What?
And then as you kind of start to push your head in through the threshold, you realize that the doorway is in the floor.
Gotcha.
Of like a small clearing.
Okay.
I like John would like take out a little bobble and kind of like toss it through the doorway and see if it like falls normally. or if it comes back through the door.
Yeah, you toss it through the doorway, and it does look like it falls weirdly at first, but then comes right back through the doorway, and then after it comes back through the doorway, it drops to the stairs.
Okay, so it looks like it's going to flip gravity on us.
If I look out the doorway, what do I see
So
outside?
just do like a quick hop jump.
You see two buildings, a weird like a weird kind of like large egg-like shape next to one of the buildings, and you can see like two individuals walking around.
Guys, I think I see a giant egg.
I want it.
You want the egg.
I want the-
And from where we're at, like, do I see like how far is the ground?
You can touch the ground. It's like so the stairway goes down, and if you just like reach your hand through the threshold of the door and go in any direction that's like left, right, up, or down, you can just smack earth.
Sure, you know what?
We just climb out.
Let's do like a running flip.
Okay, yeah. You run down the stairs and make a tumbling flip. Give me an acrobatics check to see if you can judge this landing.
17.
Sure. You do a nice little flip and manage to land on your feet. It's a little shaky because of that shift in gravity is a little weird, but you make it out.
Who knew at 54 I'd still be this spry?
Yeah, John would jump after him.
I'm
For
gonna-
the purposes of this, we will use a singular token to represent the group for now.
I'm gonna also go in. Do I need to make a little sorry?
How are you?
I was gonna unleash my divine energy, causing my eyes to glimmer and two luminous and purple wings to sprout from my back. That allows me to
Add some
transform and fly. I have a fly speed of 30 feet. And I'm gonna like go through the like portal doorway thing.
Oh, saw the map for like half a second.
Yeah, easy peasy.
Don't need to make a check or anything.
Nope.
Okay. Where I'll be going on this map.
How about now?
Nope.
Nope.
How about now?
It's black shit.
Yep,
I can see it, but
still black.
I'm John.
I think you would have to give
Uh,
the token like to everybody, like for permission wise. That way we could see through it, I believe.
Yeah.
Is there any darkness on this map, or is there supposed to be?
no.
Then just go to the top map settings and then like click daylight.
It's already on.
Okay. Weird. Maybe just like drag a torch. Because the torches are like tokens everyone controls.
Just from the compendium.
Yeah, from your journal, whatever. It should be like one of the things. You can just like drag it on and then like edit, everyone control, everyone edit. And then it should let people move it. No, not like the gear, like the tab that says lights that has like all the different lights in it. It's
Here
not.
we go.
Yeah, it's in the journal, not the compendium. Does that help anyone?
Nope. I still can't see anything.
Let me see if I can help. Nope.
Here's where your tokens will be, or the thing. If you guys want to just put a token on the map to be able to see.
Oh yeah, I can see it now.
Okay.
So you guys are on a
On this little island.
this island in the middle of this lake. There's those two buildings near you. The trees here are sparse, so you can see all the way to the shore of the island that you're on. And then there's those two people walking around. One of them is messing with the egg.
So as we like get here, can I like look around at the sky and stuff and try to determine if we're still like technically in the tower at this point, or we're in like a pocket dimension?
Make an Arcana check.
Double 14.
You think that you are more than likely inside of a demiplane within the tower.
Okay, so like you said we were on downtime for a couple of days before we went up here, right?
Yeah.
Something that I'll let people know because I didn't think about it. Like we would have had at least a day, and I could have done this for anybody. So
Zach.
if anyone wants a divination done,
Oh, me. Me. Let me figure out this scroll bullshit.
well, you can ask a single question concerning a specific goal, event, or activity to occur within 7 days. The GM offers a truthful reply. The reply might be a short phrase, a cryptic rhyme, or an omen. But yeah, it's up to you. Just tell me what question you want me to ask, and I can ask for you.
Ask if she, I think it was a she, right, Jordan?
Istas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ask if she can help clear up some of the language from the scroll that she gave me.
Okay. Interesting. I remember what all this shit does. Yeah, John would definitely ask about your scroll for you. It's, if I remember right, Isis is his god. Anyways,
Do what?
he is a theurgy wizard, so he does cleric stuff through the wizard like study.
Okay.
And his god is Isis, who is the one that gave you the scroll.
Oh, shit. Okay. That worked out well.
Because he has fate cleric stuff.
Fascinating stuff.
So you're asking for clarification on the wording?
Like clarification on the scroll because the wording is not clear enough for me to understand what is being told us.
She gets. So she would be
So if you were to
asking-
ask that question using this spell, go ahead.
she would be using the concerning a specific goal section to like have the goal of reading the scroll more.
Understanding the scroll more. Not so much reading it. I can read it, but
Yeah.
understanding it is the part that I need help with.
She is trying to gain more information in the seeking to fulfill the goal of understanding the scroll.
Yeah. I'm still young. I don't know how to word. He worded it better. We don't talk much. Me and astrology for 7 years.
This thing.
Nice. Watch it, better kitty.
It's time to get my straw.
I like some straws. That was perfectly timed. Can you say meow? Looky, meow. He's in Mama's baby. I've had him now. Yeah, he'll probably run, but he's gonna.
What's our see?
Riches. Good. The baby can have choose riches again. Uh-huh. Poor baby. Had to get 10 scratches from Mommy. Then Mommy would immediately wash her hands. What? I said, yeah, the poor baby had to get 10 scratches from Mommy, and then Mommy would immediately wash her hands. Ew. Makes me laugh so funny. What's not a cold, but definitely feels like a cold? Somebody called and say my jaw.
So I can do this. Waiting. One party to see what tail I get for the day. Or the shrews.
So wait, what does that do?
So like you can use your bonus action to expend one of your bardic inspiration to roll in the spirit's tails table using your bardic inspiration die to determine the tail spirits direct you to tell. I retain the tail in my mind until I get the effect or I finish a short or long rest. And then I can use an action to choose one creature I can see within 30 feet of you, including myself, to be the target of this tail's effect. And then I can only do it until one time until I get a new effect. And then I can only hold one effect in my mind at a time. So like this one, I rolled a 3, so I get the target and another creature of its choice can see within 5 feet of it gains temporary hit points equal to a roll of my bardic inspiration plus my charisma modifier. So I guess I'll go ahead and do that. Should choose push 2, so I guess John and Ajax will get plus 4 temp HP.
Dear God.
Right, like I can only get up to a D6 right now because of my bardic die. So like 6 is like the best one. It gives somebody like plus 10 feet of walking speed, plus 1 AC, and like a D6 plus 3 temp HP, and then like a 5 gives me an effect that makes somebody have a minute of any creature that hits the target with a melee attack takes force damage equal to a D6. So anyone that hits you take a D6 force. And I can just give somebody that for a minute.
Who's doing the divination again? Is it John or I guess it doesn't
John.
matter actually.
Yeah, John is doing it for Brindley. get in my cup.
He said, "Well, then, Mama Shaw doesn't go anywhere. They take her from."
I pointed at him because he I pointed at him because he was like calling me when I picked him up over here.
All right. You guys see it?
Oh shit. When the moon casts its silver sheet and the owl hoot breaks the serene, listen, seeker, to the wild wind's tale, for in its whispers truth prevail. As fate scrolls unfurls before your eyes, beneath the vast and starry skies, see the patterns subtle and grand, etched by destiny's gilded hand, or guiding hand. In the rustle of leaves, in the ripple of stream, the omen speaks as in a dream. To better interpret fate's decree, look within and you shall see, for like the runes carved in ancient stone, the secrets lie far but known. Trust the signs that around your scroll, for in their mind, in their midst, fate's message calls. Do, do, do.
Yeah, I have no idea what that means. There's a moon and an owl.
I mean, I guess we'll eventually find out. Also, I would like to approach the giant egg whenever that gets around to that.
It's cool.
So with the scroll, it's essentially like a riddle of events to take place in the future, and you guys have no context for any of the events surrounding it.
Oh, okay.
So it doesn't make any sense right now, and you might like find things or like notice things in the future that you can make connection to. But until you're actively like trying to make those connections, it's just going to be confusing.
Okay.
So you basically need to put your tinfoil hat on and start trying to follow the wildest hunches that you can imagine.
Right. So it's nothing to do with the tower.
There is stuff to do with the tower in there, but a lot of the things that it's talking about are world events.
Okay.
And I can tell you specifically the third statement of the response. To better interpret fate's decree, look within and you shall see. It's literally to put it in a literal thing. That's like you have control as a player over fate. So it's your interpretation of the scroll and how you apply that, which will determine its whatever happens in the end.
Okay.
So there's a giant egg over here, right?
Yeah.
And Ajax is going to go touch it.
Well, no, I was just approaching it menacingly.
As you walk up, you notice actually very quickly that Flaum is here. He's currently tapping away on some kind of metallic slate while looking very intently at this egg-shaped thing. As you get closer to it, you see that there is a dwarf inside of this egg. As you are closer now, you realize this is more like a pod of some kind.
Just be like, "Hey, Flom, I'm so glad you didn't die."
Hello again. It is me, Flaum. It has been a while since I have seen you again.
Yeah, it's been I mean, I don't think it's been that too long. Although I might have a gap in my memory.
Well, Flaum is in many places. Flaum forgets different times all at the same time. It gets confusing.
What's the deal with this egg here?
This is uh, what? I I'm struggling to remember the word. This is a traditional maturation pod.
Just repeat that to him. Match. What the fuck does that word mean?
You growing older, yes? Maturation?
Maturing?
Yes, maturation.
Flom, I think you need to work on your common. It's
I have always been bad with common. The big words I'm not as good with.
so
So
we
why
can.
are you maturing this dwarf?
He's just in here. Flaum found him this way.
Interesting.
What
Is he
if
telling
we
the
shouldn't
truth?
be mature in this store?
As far as you can tell.
All I can imagine, he's in like one of those, the things from Dragon Ball Z, like the Saiyan pods. That's what I imagine it is.
What's the Arcana check for?
I guess just to see if I know anything about this thing.
You vaguely recall mentions of pod-like things in a manner where like you see a dwarf in this pod. You know that dwarfs don't normally make pods for getting stronger necessarily. um you recall pods like this being used with things like ceramorphosis or other like weird alien rituals. But other than that, You're drawing a blank.
Does the dwarf seem to be like conscious, or is he asleep on the inside?
He's knocked out. He's taking a train to Sleepy Time Junction right now.
They're hanging on the opposite side.
I would like to turn to Flom and ask him. So, Flom, what is the wave around? What is this place we're on?
This is the place where the master studies the aliens. Yes.
What?
What
He
is
said
an
this is
alien?
summons aliens.
I've heard him.
Oh, you know, things not from material plane.
I want to yell at the dwarf, like, wait up.
Flom covers his ears. Ow! That was very loud. Unfortunately, your attempts shall not work to awaken the sleeping beauty.
Why the fuck not?
Well, he is in a magically induced nap time.
Well, here's a better question. Who put him in this magically induced nap time?
Aliens, most likely.
Do you know how long he's been there?
At least for the 6 months I have had him for.
I don't like that.
I want to look at Flom dead face, and since he keeps bringing up aliens, Flom, do you consider yourself an alien?
Flom will bring his hand to his chin and look up. And he kind of fades off in thought.
Guys, I think I put him in a time paradox.
Fuck it, a wee ball.
Make the check. Oh, wait, no, it's a DC the other way around. Wait, what?
So
Okay, yeah.
if it's third level or lower, the effect ends. If it's higher, then I have to make a check using my spellcasting ability equal to 10 plus the spell's level.
Make the check.
Okay. Oh wait, no, it's plus 7. So no, plus 8 because of 3 now. So plus 3 more, 22.
So as you cast this spell, it feels off. You know what you're targeting, But as you reach out with the weave to dispel this magic, you find nothing. There is no weave magic affecting this dwarf in the pod.
Gotcha.
After about 5 minutes, Flaum will look back at you, Ajax, and say, "No, Flaum is not an alien, no more than you are an alien."
But Flaum, if there's multiple of you and you guys all experience the same stuff, would that not make you he looks at John, what's it called when all the stuff is collectively like the same, all the same people?
Flaum has known Flaum all his life. What is it for one person to have one mind? Is that not alien?
Well, that's what I'm getting at. Wouldn't that be alien?
Maybe to you. You are alien to Flaum.
Touche, Mr. Flaum.
Arcana.
With advantage, 27.
This has all the staples of illithid fuckery.
Oh shit! It's mind flayers here, guys.
Would John have told us that he
Illithid.
tried to like dispel the magic on this shit?
Yeah,
You would have seen him do it.
You know, John, if you want a more, I know this is your first outing with us, but if you want a more brute force approach, I have that option.
you're willing to give it a try. He would have tried. You would have seen him like try to break the magic and then kind of pull out a book from his coat and start start like looking through it and let you guys know that it seems to be some kind of illithid effect.
I'm not gonna hit it with my glaive. I'm gonna put that on my back, and then
Your regular ass glaive.
I mean, it's not a regular ass glaive. It's still the
It's still a +1.
yeah. So it's still got some eye fuckery going on it. But
No, all the Jubilex stuff would have been transferred to the other
all of it,
weapon. Yeah.
bruh.
Unless you had like one eye from Jubilex prior.
I believe you said when I got the improved packed weapon, it had like at least one eye.
Yeah, for if you redid it as your packed weapon again, you would get an eye back.
Oh yeah, that's my primary packed weapon.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
But I was gonna put that on my back and then conjure the like spectral bow that I'm allowed to fucking do for the blade of the pact of the blade or
Okay.
whatever the fuck. And then is there any like is this thing like solid or is there any like glass part that we're seeing in through?
Yeah, there is a bit that appears to look like glass.
I would like to try to put the first shot through the glass. Not aiming directly for the dwarf in there, but maybe to like the side of him.
Yeah, as you start to do this, Flaum will try to get in between you and the pod, and he will say, hold on. If you break him out, he might die."
John, do you want to fill Flaum in? I guess John's dead.
Phil Flawman about what?
Would he have told us about the mind flare shit?
I mean, he's been saying alien this whole time.
No, I'm talking about John. He said in his fucking Arcana check or whatever.
He did. He
Yeah,
did
I
tell
told
us.
everybody. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, yeah. Then I would say, do you want to? Would we have told Flom that or just
You
us?
muted still?
Hmm?
Are you muted still?
No.
I'd say it's up to John if he said it loud enough, but even if he did, Flom would just like nod his head like that's correct.
And then, okay, well, since Flom seems to have a problem with it, I'd ask him, you know what the, do you know what those things do?
They do lots of things, yes.
What are those things?
The floating around, the stabbing of the mind with the mind, the weird method of asexual reproduction.
Now, the stabbing of the mind, does that not worry you when this guy might come out of the pod that you might get stabbed in the mind?
Oh, the dwarf is not changing. The dwarf needs the orders to be changing. If he were, he can't get orders here. He's very much too far away. Um,
Well, then I would like, I guess, like not let loose the arrow, but like loosen my string back and look at the others. Like, what do you guys want to do?
John does not find anything about the use of the pods, but he can find more information about uh illithid tales or rumors. Takes like 2 weeks for ceramorphosis to happen. Um, Ceramorphosis happens without orders. Like nothing like inherently triggers the transformation to happen. Um, Necessarily, unless like there's specific need for a colony to do so. So the fact that Flom claims to have had this dwarf for 6 months or longer makes you suspect that the dwarf probably doesn't even have a tadpole in its head. Um, you suspect that the pod itself is probably keeping the dwarf in a coma. But you have no idea how to interact with this kind of technology at all.
You know, Jordan, I just thought of something.
Mhm.
I'll ask from however you say his name. Are you trying to wake him up?
Eh, probably in the next couple of weeks or so.
Okay. Go ahead.
But my thought was, since out like above game, Flom's a fucking hive mind.
Mm-hmm.
If I got him to play that lute that fucking makes you go mute for a week, would that affect all the Floms?
No, that would affect the flom that played it.
Okay. Sorry. Just a weird thought I had.
I mean, it's a good thought.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Let me see what this says real quick. Damn. Is there any way I can touch him?
Unless you can figure out how to get the pod open, which is unlikely at the moment.
Let me ask, is the pod only big enough to have like the dwarf in it?
No, it can fit larger humanoid creatures or creatures propped up in a elongated position.
Is there liquid in this thing, or is it just like
No.
I look to John. John, if you're so desperate to get in there, I could dimension door you in there.
Um,
Doesn't that take you and a willing creature?
Yes.
So you and John are gonna get squished inside this thing with
That's
a
why I was
dwarf?
asking how big
With the
it
dwarf.
is.
It would be very uncomfortable.
Mhm.
well, like,
And if
know,
your
like the
pike's still
reason-
on your back, that might become very painful.
Well, the reason I asked if I could touch him is because I could death ward him, and then we break him out, and then even if he dies, he's like warded.
I mean, I also, if you want something that can like phase through stuff, I can summon my like friend to for an hour, and he can like phase through things. Although he can't like stay there.
Right. I can play some music.
Make him have better dreams if he can hear you.
I mean, I can. The way this thing words, I could make him have probably horrible dreams.
Yeah.
Maybe
That
make
was
him
cool.
wake up in if I induce a nightmare.
I don't know. I'm not feeling so good about that one.
Is he considered deafened?
I mean, what are you trying to do with this?
Oh, I don't know. I said I can play music. I was just like reading this, but
Okay.
I got dissonant whispers. Um, can I command him to wake up?
That's worth a shot.
Um, you can try it, but you don't know how it will interact with this magic that's not of the weave.
Okay.
As you guys are messing with this pod, you hear the unmistakable cry of a dragon in the distance.
You should. Think we're trying.
As you look, you can see a smaller than what you expected dragon flying over this mountain range here. And you also hear very faintly another cry of a dragon.
Oh, shit.
Turn to Flom and ask him, what was that?
Was that was the dragons?
Why do you have dragons?
What kind of dragons?
Are they aliens too?
No, they are just normal dragons. The kinds that breathe the elements, yes.
Well,
Why?
specifically, what color?
There's the red one. Then there is the green one.
Hmm.
There's supposed to be a blue one, but I haven't heard him in a couple of months, so.
Hmm.
I'm gonna above game. Am I gonna take a leap of faith here to say that dragons are probably common enough that we would know what the colors represent? Like besides just different element types.
Or do we need to roll?
What do you mean by that?
Like, would my character know that the chromatics are this type of dragon and the metallics are a different type? Like good, bad.
Roll animal handling?
Being a smuggler, I think most of your experience would only be with hearing about the hoarding dragons, the bad ones specifically. So you would know about dragons being dickish, but you wouldn't know about dragons being nice.
Okay, so I would know
Ajax
about the
specifically.
chromatics.
Yeah. Brenly would know about both types from her origin country. John would know about both types from magic school.
So then, can you give me a brief synopsis? Because I don't actually know these things.
So chromatic dragons are evil, and metallic dragons are good.
Okay.
Flaum mentioned red and green, and those are the evil dragons. If you take his description at face value.
Yeah, upon hearing that, I would let everybody know, like, those are probably chromatic dragons, and they're probably a bunch of dicks.
Okay, well, just steer clear of there. So we can catch it.
I would ask Flom, how about, would you say those are young dragons or adult dragons?
Ooh, that is a good question. They are young, but they're probably pretty close to being fully fledged adults at this point.
Just kind of like grit
I
my
haven't
teeth at.
actively checked on them in a while to get their proper measure of their size.
Yeah, kind of just grit my teeth at that, kind of like. So,
Young adult dragons.
here's you said get their measurements, Flo. How do you get their measurements without dying?
When they sleep, you just, you walk in, you use I prefer to use the lighter, the spider silk, yes. Very light, delicate to the touch, unlikely to stir such large creatures with the 6 scales. And you just go from the face where the breathing's happening, you kind of lay it out until you get to the tail, you cut it, and then you leave, and then you measure the length of the cloth that you laid out, and then from there I stand around, do a bit of mathematics to get the size, like the mass in total.
What
Flom's
was
got
the
like a fucking
last mess you took?
plus 20 to stealth.
I mean, Flaum was confidently, like, he was confidently being a zookeeper to some really powerful creatures.
I mean, I
Yeah.
get that. I'm just saying, like, sneaking up on a dragon, you would have to be pretty sneaky not to wake it up. That's why I say
From
that.
from seeing what you guys saw in the zoo and the slaughter that it was, it makes no sense that he can do that.
Hmm.
I'd like to ask Flom if is he the only Flom that's here, or are there other Floms, and where might they be?
There are 2 other Flaums here. Uh, you remember seeing another individual walking around. You assume that that's another Flaum. And Flaum says, all of us are on this little island. The people here is a They do not like me very much. I can't really leave this place without being targeted on a regular basis, so I need to do the research here.
And who are these people you speak of targeting you?
Yeah.
The peoples that live here, obviously.
Where
Why
are these
targeting
people?
you?
Uh, so as you look around, this place is huge. Like that's a real mountain range. For scale, you can see way down
You talking about
here.
this
There's
or
like a little like dock jutting off of the shoreline, and you can see a couple tents. Um, and then you see forest, and then this range up here surrounding you guys.
How long
Flaum
will
stays here because the lake it's very dangerous. Normal boats cannot cross it.
why is it dangerous?
It's very hungry.
Hmm?
Yeah, common. How? What's the word? Acid. Yes, it eats.
Acid. It's acidic.
The water is stagnant. It doesn't move. So the juices they build here.
So, if you had the chance to get off this island, would you want to get off this island?
Oh, Flaum can leave. Flaum has to leave when he does his measurements. There are other observational chores Flaum has to do. But Flaum cannot do research. The if the people notice Flaum doing the research, the people will interrupt Flaum doing the research.
Who is the people?
The people that live here.
Are they real people?
Yes, they are people.
What do they
So
look
rare.
like?
They look like They look like this one. He points to John. They look like what rate? They look like this one. He points to himself. What race are you, Ajax?
Half orc.
Uh,
Not look like that.
there are none of you here. There are none of you here. There are some short ones.
He is two here.
Um, he's there's the ones with the pointy ears.
Elves?
But not very many of the elves, more short ones and elves, mostly humans.
Alright, John's gonna say, I guess I'll take a look around with Jack, and then like a monkey's gonna climb out of his jacket pocket.
Okay.
Also, judging from where we are and looking at like the shoreline where you said the docks were, about
Mhm.
how long would it take us to get from there to there?
One turn. So 10 feet of
Uh, let's see.
but I can use the familiar senses if you guys want to watch my body for a second, but the familiar
If you were sorry to interrupt, but if you were to walk straight to there, it'd take you about an hour and a half.
It?
It's like more. It's more than a mile at your guesstimation.
What if we were to just go there instead of directly there? Would that cut it down to at least an hour?
Yeah.
Cool.
But you said walking. Wouldn't that cause us damage if it's acidic?
Yeah.
Who the fuck's walking?
I was just giving you like a rough like speed
I get what
guesstimation.
you're saying. Well, like I say, when we're ready to leave this place, I say we take to the skies because I can make two of us fly, and then one of us can get carried if the other one can't fly.
Yeah, I cannot fly.
You really can't fly.
I mean, Hawkins was the least flyiest character, I feel, weighing as much as he did.
Increasing gravity as he did.
But what were you saying that I interrupted then?
Well,
The monkey?
if somebody carries me, I can use my senses to be in the flying monkey familiar and just have him fly around, scouting out the area.
I'll fucking like tell him to like jump on my back. He can kind of like piggyback on me while I carry him. Until he's done doing that shit.
Yeah.
What's the monkey scouting then? Just like the area around, like the little islands around the
Yeah.
lake?
Well, like he wants to like look out on the little islands and then keep an eye out so that we don't get like surprised by shit flying up on us or trying to attack us while we're flying to
What
shore.
what's his passive?
Uh, let's see.
My passive is an 18.
The monkey's passive is a 11.
All right.
Let's see. His
On the
active
islands, most of
is
them are
18.
barren. There's like a couple of them that have patches of grass, a few that have trees here and there. And there's like small little ecosystems of smaller creatures like crabs and things. Um, but other than that, seems pretty barren. This one island has some weird lizard things. This island has birds, like a lot of birds for some reason.
Oh yeah. Whenever I get done holding him, I would like to go to the water and like scoop a like just a one vial of
You guys crossing?
Hmm?
Are you guys like going across the lake somewhere?
Yeah, whenever he gets done scouting.
I was doing that on his back while like they were flying, is what I think we said.
Where y'all heading? Which direction?
Towards the dock.
Yeah, I wanted to go over here
Okay.
if we could make it to the shore before my thing ran out. But could I
Yeah,
get a vial of that water?
sure.
One vial of acid water.
You guys managed to make it safely to the other side.
Yay.
You can see in front of you there is a small collection of tents that seem to be abandoned.
Loot. Loot it.
As
Loot
you
it.
approach, you see the dock, and it seems that the dock was made out of what's the term? Like wrought iron cored wood. So like the wood was like drilled, like a hole was bored through and iron was poured in, and then once it solidified, it was used as the foundations for the dock. If you look at the water line, all of the wood underneath the water line is gone. You see straight into the metal, and the metal is almost completely dissolved.
Oh wow. That's how acidic that water is. Jesus Christ. I'd eat you in a heartbeat.
Can I roll survival to see if I see any tracks of like maybe footprints or something? I know you
Yeah.
said these have been abandoned.
Absolutely.
A natural 20.
There are tracks all over. Really fresh actually. There's probably someone here or very close.
I would like upon like getting down and looking at the tracks and noticing that they're fresh. I would kind of like sign to the other people, being like, you know, somebody's near. And then I guess could I like try to follow the tracks and find this person?
Yeah, give me a survival check to follow the tracks in the right direction.
Oh goody. 2 natural 20s.
Whoa.
Damn.
Bro, like
That is an insane screenshot.
you
I'm not
know
gonna
how
lie.
like Toph gets
That's a
the
crazy
fucking like
screenshot.
spatial awareness from earthbending? That's me right now. I just touched the ground and I'm like,
3 nat
where's that
20s in a
motherfucker
row,
at?
bro.
Hang on, I'm saving that as a screenshot under this guy's luck.
I would like to know what are the fucking percentage chances on that shit.
3 out of 4 is pretty nuts.
It's crazy.
Um, in one of the tents, you see the tracks lead right up to it. As you start to get close to the tent, you can very faintly make out the sound of someone trying to hold their breath.
I just
Oh,
wanna
damn it.
I wanna pull out like 3 vials, put them on my fingertips, and I want to recreate that scene from I don't remember the fucking name of the movie, but just clank them together. Come out and play. Gonna make an intimidation check.
Sure.
14.
I'm gonna start shaking all the tent flaps.
Um, yeah, with that you'll see a human darting for the woods. They're fucking skedaddling.
Can I non-lethal put a shot into them?
Sure.
like aiming for their I don't know, leg or shoulder.
This is a this is a younger adult. You would say this would be like a fresh mercenary age, or like uh just starting out, like signing up for the guard or something kind of age. Um
Okay, you know what? Better yet, how far are they from me?
Not very far.
I have one more spell slot, so I'll just use it. I would like
You
to.
just yell, "Drop to your knees! Stop resisting!"
I would like to try to polymorph him into a chicken.
Sure. Fail.
He's a chicken.
It's still running.
I would like to get up to the chicken.
What's a chicken's movement speed?
I
Gotcha.
assume less than 30, probably because they have small legs.
It's a 25-foot walk speed, 15-foot fly speed.
Yes, I can catch up.
For the better part of, I don't know, maybe a minute and a half, you guys watch as Ajax runs around chasing a chicken to the Benny Hill theme. Finally, you catch the chicken.
Now look here, Mr. Clucks. I would like to I'd like to carry the chicken back to them and be like, okay, so before I revert him back to normal, do you guys want to tie, like, how are we going to tie him up to actually make sure when he transforms back, it, like,
Don't worry about it. I can just message him so that he can talk.
but I mean, can he talk as a chicken?
Well, it's a. I don't know.
It's a telepathic like thought response.
Yeah, well, that's the idea behind it, but
Well, go for it.
I mean, the chicken knows common. It was a person.
yeah. So can I just like message the chicken and be like, "What are you doing here?" Answer me, chicken. Answer me.
It says running away, running away, running away, running away, over and over again. You get the impression that because it's a chicken, it's not as smart as it used to be.
Gotcha. It is chicken brain now.
I mean, they have the size of a, what is it, a peanut?
What's a peanut?
It's a type of nut.
George Washington Carver exists in Faerun or
Are
D&D.
Are you telling me they don't have nuts in this game?
Peanuts are entirely like by design.
This is a different world. They have Q nuts here.
They have razzle nuts.
Do we have cashews?
Not local to the region that you're from, no.
Oh, here's the best one. Do we have Brazil nuts? Those Brazil
Not.
those Brazil existing canon.
I'm just like picturing you cross a hill and you just see the fucking Jesus statue like on a mountain.
He needs a hug.
Oh fuck.
Um,
Okay, so the best thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna ask John to dig like a hole real quick, and then I'm like basically I want to bury the chicken but leave its head above ground.
So you reckon that if you dig a hole for a chicken and then it turns back into a person
I mean,
in
I
that
don't know what
hole?
the fuck else I'm gonna do. If I tie him with a rope as a chicken and turn him back, it's gonna strangle him. I know that much.
Yeah. I mean, you can try holding on and then put the rope on after the fact. You have 3 people.
Fine. Okay. Oh, can one of you
I
guys
got-
have this rope ready to put around this guy?
Harness.
Wait, let me check it.
And I'm gonna try to keep a grip on him, although I'm not probably good at that.
He just turns back into a human in your arms, completely naked.
Okay.
Well,
Everything that he did have is just gone forever.
yeah, I'm assuming he wasn't naked already. It's not like he's the Hulk.
Yeah.
And the Hulk's not naked.
I mean, if you watch the earlier movies when he didn't have the pants that
I mean,
magically stretched with him.
No, if he's lucky, he can Tarzan it. Just tie it tighter. Easy.
Okay, so I want to. I guess while he is setting up to turn him back into a human, I'm going to set a card face down and end my turn.
Okay.
Is it Pot of Greed?
No, it's in if he's putting it in a trap position, it can't be pot of greed.
I'm pretty sure you could play spell cards and face
Pot
down.
of Greed is a trap card. Jar of Greed is a trap card. Pot of Greed is a spell card.
Again, from when I played Yu-Gi-Oh, I'm pretty sure you can
You
put.
can play a spell card face down, but
I
you can only
knew
play it
it.
on your turn. So you can only activate it on your own turn. But it
All
can
right.
be face down.
You all are prepared.
All right.
Awesome.
Slit the chicken's throat.
Nah. I just dropped concentration on it while holding on,
Make a athletics or acrobatics check to try to
Activated my trap
hold
card.
on. Hey, you didn't say you readied the action.
That's what that's what the card face down was.
You just said you did that. You didn't ready an action.
Yeah, but my spells are cast through the card.
The man has his dual disc on and everything. You gotta give it to him. Natural 20 if I get advantage.
I mean, Brinley's helping you out, so yeah.
Yes.
You hold on to him. The rope gets thrown on. And an old person works.
Well, he is paralyzed.
Which just makes him incapacitated.
Right, but he can't run, so tie him up while he's incapacitated real well.
Yeah, is there because I'm assuming these tents is there like a solid stick I can see in the ground, like pole or something that's in the like in the dirt.
Not one to like tie a person to, because it's like this is the beach still. You can like go to the tree line and attach him to a tree.
Sure, we'll do that.
Easy enough.
And then after a minute, whole person will fucking regain consciousness.
Yeah, just
No,
wait
he
for
was conscious the whole time. He was just paralyzed.
And paralyzed makes you
Yeah.
unconscious.
That's not what that word means.
No, it's incapacitated. That's right.
You are that. Yeah.
Yeah. So technically unconscious.
But yeah,
No, I'm
just
not ruling
whatever.
it that way.
Okay.
If he is if he just fails the whole time, then it'd be like after a minute or after we get him tied up, he technically gets to save at the end of every turn. So it's like every 6 seconds he gets to save.
I mean, he's just gonna stand there once he snaps out of it.
All right.
So once we have him tied to the tree, what kind of look is he giving us? Does he still seem like panicked?
He's vengeful.
No.
He's pissed off.
Well, I'll just look at him dead face and say, "Well, you shouldn't have ran."
All right. Let's use this to
He
make
spits on
friends.
the ground.
Can't. I would like to just look. I'd just look at him and say, "Look, we're trying to do this the easy, friendly way, and you doing stuff like that makes at least me. I can't speak for everybody else, but not want to do it the easy, friendly way."
Yeah, I guess John just starts like playing a beat out and asking him.
He spits at Ajax and says a slur in a language you don't understand.
He
And
becomes
he
friendly
says
to me specifically.
he's not going to be friendly to anybody else. Um, a,
And do the performance check.
I. He says, "I'm never gonna serve your god, and you're the one that said that creepy shit of come out and play and fucked with the tent I was in. I didn't even want to be seen in the first place, and then you chased me down and cast a spell on me. Of course I'm gonna run away."
I mean, you could have just came out of the tent with your hands up, but no, you chose to run.
You didn't say anything about that.
I
What was
said,
I supposed to do?
You did go about that pretty creepily.
well, I mean, when I see somebody hiding, what's better to tell them just indirectly come out with your hands up because that always works, or to kind of freak them out and try to intimidate them?
I don't know. I don't do that.
It's called Mind warfare. You gotta psych them out.
The guy rolls his eyes.
Also, he mentioned some god. What god are you even talking about?
The god that rules over the island.
Oh, there's a god here.
Yeah, what god? I don't know. Fuck.
The god of the end of the world.
Again, speak English.
That's where we are. You're. Why? How do you not know this? You wouldn't
just
just
got
come
here.
here.
Because we're not from here.
It takes months by boat to get here.
No, we just walked through a door, bro.
What?
Yeah, if you don't know, this is all part of a tower that, if he looks around, this is probably like another pocket dimension, if I had to take a guess, that we've been in.
Is the door still open?
He does not believe that, really. He thinks you're just kind of talking some weird shit.
I mean, it's not like I'm lying to the man.
Yeah, he just doesn't buy it. Like,
Okay, can I roll against this thing, like persuasion?
uh yeah, but the DC is gonna be pretty high.
20.
He's still not buying it.
So what you said this is the end of the world. What exactly happened to all your other people here? There seems to be way more tents than just you.
Well, yeah, this was a fishing village. A fishing, like, well, outpost maybe. But the lake is, nothing can really live in the lake anymore, so no one really comes here anymore.
Got you, got you. Okay.
I would like to ask him. So, this god that you mentioned, what does he look like?
I don't know.
Okay. Does, because we met somebody when we like got here. Does the name Flaum mean anything to you?
Oh, that idiot.
Yeah.
Just some weird, creepy guy.
I mean, do you know that there's more than one of them?
What?
Yeah, there was like two of them where we were. Exact same,
Mm, it's just one guy.
but there were two identical people, both named
It's
Flaum.
just one guy.
I think he copied himself a bunch of times.
More weird guy stuff, I guess.
What do you know, bro?
What?
I said, what do you know, bro?
About what?
Everything.
About the place that we're on, you know.
This is the last piece of land at the end of the world.
Okay.
Tell me your life
There's a
story.
god that rules over this place so that you can't sail past the island.
Okay. Where? Let's put it this way. Where is this god located?
Well, I mean, he's probably closer to his domain, which would be like the other side of the island. Like, it's a god, so I don't really understand
I'm assuming.
how it would be in like one place, but like his domain is that way.
I'm assuming when you say that way, you mean like over here.
Yeah.
Okay.
How old are you?
17.
No, you're pretty young.
He'll mention that there's like other settlements that are populated.
So you were like born on this island, or did you come here?
I've lived here my whole life.
Hmm.
So as most people who also live here.
Also, while we're interrogating him, can we also be taking a short rest at the same time?
No, I'll say this. You can take a short rest after.
Okay.
Because you've been using spells and stuff during this.
So another question to him would be, so besides you, where's everybody else at? Like, where's your village? If you guys don't use this place anymore.
Well, there's 2 towns, and then there's a village. There's the people from Southside, and then I'm from the town between the ranges. Both of the towns are pretty strict on their religious practices. Uh, and they're starting to try to influence the village to be more strict about the religious practices as well. And I didn't want to deal with that shit.
So what, are you just living out in the wild?
I want to worship a different god.
Which god?
I don't know yet. It's hard to find books about gods. They've taken most of them away from the library.
Ajax, like, fucking freeze frame, slides in frame. Let me tell you. Let me tell you about a different kind of god.
Make a dexterity saving throw as he spits in your face.
13.
Easy enough. He stuck to a tree.
I think you need to work on your aim.
You need to work on your manners.
Oh, do I now? Because, up until this point, I've been pretty courteous.
I beg to differ.
Would you like me to show you how ill-mannered I really can be? Because I used to do some pretty fucked up stuff to people.
I can imagine, prick.
In the mindset of Ajax, I'm just debating on whether or not to headbutt him.
He's goading you on. He's like he can see that you're an older gentleman, and he's like, I'm a fucking I could beat anybody up. I'm fucking strong as hell. That's why I can fucking survive on my own. I ran away from my village because I want to do my own shit.
You know what? Just to fuck with him, I'm gonna press the digitation like a horrible smell under his nose and just have it there for like an hour. Just to be a dick.
Wait 1 second. Okay, can you say that again?
I'm gonna I'm gonna press the digitation a horrible smell like right under
Okay.
his nose and keep it there for an hour. Just to be a dick to him.
You see him try to move around to get away from the smell. A little of that. John opens his coat, and the kid is sucked into his coat and disappears.
I'm gonna look at the tree, look back at John. So, John, the fuck was that?
The ropes are snapped. You reckon that his wrists are in extreme pain right now. Potentially dislocated or broken.
Uh,
Well, he said he
John,
could hold his own.
the fuck did he go?
I would say he didn't say that, but he's like acting like the way he's acting, like he's that like kind of self-righteous, rebellious, young kind of attitude.
Yeah.
Just sounds like he needs a good ass whooping.
He went where my animals come from.
And
Yeah.
where's that?
My coat.
What do you? Can you fit a whole person in your coat?
I can fit more than that. He like uses his thing and I don't know. Don't want to use this just for a bit. I kind of do. I'm gonna conjure animals and summon a giant elk.
Um an elk the size of half of a log cabin appears out of his coat.
Jeez, that's a big deer.
Yeah, it's a huge beast.
So let's ask you this: is he gonna be okay in there? Like, is he gonna die?
I mean, as long as he didn't lie, yeah.
Look, as much as the boy was goading me on, I just don't kill him. We probably still need him.
I mean, I'm not doing anything to him.
if I like stick my head near his jacket, do I like see anything, or is it just a normal jacket?
John, I don't know how that shit works.
Well, like I don't know, like what, like are you trying to get him to like open his jacket to let you like look down in?
Yeah, I was like just kind of like peering to see if it looks like a normal jacket or not.
Like it looks like he's like wearing a normal jacket. You see like whenever he like summons like his familiar and stuff, he just kind of like opens like the inside pocket, and then like it just kind of poofs, and then a thing appears in front of him. It's not like it seems like things are like going like smoke in and out of his pocket whenever it happens.
Well, okay. Can you, since you control this, can you sense what's going on in there, or?
No, I can pull books out sometimes. And he said he wanted books and could hold his own, so I sent him in there after some books.
And could hold his own is very ominous.
I'm gonna take it as he's probably dead.
We'll never know unless, like, he either comes out or we go after him, I guess.
I mean, can you not get him out?
I mean, not at will, no. He has to find his own way out.
Oh, then he's fucked. Oh well. I'm taking my short rest. 2 spell slots, please.
For an hour.
Yep.
Are the rest of you guys taking a short rest?
Yeah.
Ah, the pain of being warlock.
After you guys finish resting, smoke comes out of John's jacket, and the dude appears on the floor. He's covered in webs and vines, and he has 3 books, and he uh he starts looking around frantically, and he then begins to like crawl back to the tree that he was tied to, and he just starts kind of sitting there in the fetal position.
John just goes like, "Hey, you got your books."
He doesn't even look at you.
I think you've broken the boy. If I go and like try to pick him up, is he gonna resist?
No.
He's not spitting at you now. We
So,
fixed it.
John, do you know what all is in your pockets, I guess, or your jacket?
No.
Well, I guess Since the boy can no longer tell us which way to go, I guess start walking, I guess. But I would like to say to him, like, look, I know you probably saw some fucked up stuff in there, but it's probably nothing compared to all the bullshit we've dealt with since we getting here.
He does not respond. Which way are you guys walking?
When he was telling us about the like villages and shit, would he have pointed out directions?
Yeah, he essentially to you guys it looked like he pointed in the same direction.
I guess I'm gonna go down.
All right.
Make the situation even worse. Try to show the boy in his current state, like channel the shit of Jubilex and like touch him with it.
Sorry, say that one more time. I was pulling something up.
That was like joke above game. I was saying to just make the current
Okay.
situation worse and like channel Jubilex shit and touch him with it. Break his psyche even more.
Can someone please roll a D100?
54.
You guys are trekking through the woods. You come up to this river, and you hear the uh the the footfalls of wargs on the other side of the river.
Wargs?
Wargs, yeah. They don't seem to have noticed you yet, with goblins on them. You can see them now.
Question for somebody who doesn't know. What is a warg? Above
It's
game.
like a large like wild dog that goblins have tamed like horses as mounts.
Oh, I want to, just for the sake of me, I want to know what these things will look like.
For the sake of what?
Just saying, just for the sake of my like mental image, I wanted to know what they look like.
Mm.
I was looking up a picture. Okay,
They
it's like a fucked up dog, kind of. Yeah.
yeah. Is it ARG? Yeah, WARG.
Yeah, I found a picture. Uh, like gesture to the other two. You know, like make a like an attack gesture or like hide, and then kind of shrug.
Okay. Yeah, I'll try to hide.
Well, it's like it's asking, do you guys want to attack or hide? What do you want to do? Or do you want to like?
And I'm guessing this is just like the village, right?
I mean, we don't know that.
This is, you haven't come across any villages yet. This is just a group of goblins moving on the other side of the river.
Can I scout it with my monkey?
Yeah.
Monkey scout.
Ooh.
Make a stealth roll for your monkey scout.
Doot, 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 doot.
Another double natural 20. Jesus.
Dab.
How far is it across the river?
The river is only maybe like 15 to 20 feet wide at times.
Okay. I
They're
have
probably like an extra like 20 feet past the river.
a plan.
The monkey will come back and then tell you that there were 7 warg riders and 9 goblins.
Are they all like bunched up?
No, they're a bit spread out. They
Oh,
are
how much is
moving
a bit?
in this direction. There's probably like a solid like 20 to 30 feet between each of them at the moment. They're like in a wide. They like are in a wide berth, and they seem to be actively like hunting. Do any of you guys
Oh no, go ahead.
speak Goblin?
Is orc close to goblin?
I don't think so.
So let me ask this: if I were to center something in like the middle of the group of things that I can see, and it were to go out 30 feet from the center, would that
You can
hit
get like three entities.
only 3?
Yeah, 3 to 4 if you like find the right one. Because if you center it on one thing and they're 30 feet apart, and they're like spread out, there's a lot of them.
I get I looked at John and the other I always forget the other person's name. Brindley. Um I asked them, do you guys want to engage or you want me to make the decision?
Well, okay. Let me think. Where do I got it?
Because I mean, if they all come towards us, I've got something that can help with a large group. But
They're
Well-
moving south. They haven't noticed you.
Well, I can do Spirit Guardians. We got Shatter. We got Spiritual Weapon. I can enlarge you.
oh, the main thing is, do you want to approach this diplomatically or do you just want to attack these people?
These are goblins. We could either like it's pretty much we either sit here and just let them keep going past us, or we just like fuck them up. Maybe take one hostage, see what they're doing, see what they're hunting for.
Why don't you try
These guys are spread out enough. You reckon you might be able to snatch one without the others noticing? This is a dense forest.
Does that mean I
Like,
get it like
like,
advantage on my stealth check?
I have a question. How
Oh
like,
yeah, like everything's lightly obscured right now.
how like fast are the like goblins moving on? Are they just like going full speed ahead?
Yeah, they're like jogging.
Okay.
They're not going like full dashing, but they're like
W-
jogging in this direction.
I get okay. You have we
Right.
have two options, three options really. One, you could try to message. You use that thing that you could like telepathically talk to them you were using earlier. Two, I could go over there and try to nab one. Or three, we just go in full on assault mode. Although we don't know if they're really hostile.
So like, I don't think goblins would be that good at a charisma saving throw.
But I mean, plus we have a bunch of gobos, so I don't feel like attacking them right off the hop.
You're right. But like, what I was thinking of doing is I can cast banishment on a straggler and banish them for a minute while the rest of them move on, and then that guy comes back when he's alone.
I mean, sure, if you want to do that.
I'm fine with it.
Go for it then.
Yeah, you bide your time until
That's
it gets more to the end of the pack. You pick one that might be a little bit further than might be a little bit further out than 30 feet from the rest of them. And
my actual spell save 16.
yeah, he poofs. The goblins move on. You can
Yeah, like where he was standing, just kind of be waiting right there to like grab him.
Yeah.
all right. After about a minute, the goblins are a pretty fair distance away. You can still kind of hear the footfalls of the wargs. But they are continuing to move away from you at a pace. And then the goblin poofs back, and he like looks around confused and looks like he's getting ready to freak out.
Again, grab the goblin.
Athletics or acrobatics?
A 5.
It manages to squirm out of your grasp and it starts to scream.
Is it screaming in a language we don't know?
Do any of you speak goblin?
Nope.
Then yes.
I'm going to yell. Let me see what can I do here.
Here, can I? As soon as he like starts to go yelling, can I like instead of using the bladed part of my glaive, can I like tilt it so it's like hitting him with the flat side and fucking just like donk on top of the head, like non-lethal?
Yeah, sure.
Now, question: if I put a smite into this, does it still count as non-lethal?
No.
So it would be lethal at that point.
Yes.
Fuck.
You give him a bonk, and he falls to the ground unconscious.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a goblin.
I mean, there's strong goblins out there. I didn't know he was that fucking.
This, I mean, you don't know how strong the goblin clan is, but you reckon that this wasn't a like a proper detachment. This is probably like a small hunting party or something.
Okay, well, second verse, same as the first. Tie him to a tree.
If any of his voice got out, John was trying to use minor illusion to like cover it with like the sound of a like dragon roar.
Sure. You have a unconscious goblin on a tree.
We hear if any of the other goblins are coming back.
After about 2 minutes goes by, you stop hearing the footfalls of the wargs. Another minute. Another minute. Nothing.
All right.
John, can you heal this man, or can either of you heal this man?
I can heal. I don't know. I think she can heal easier though. I remember. Oh wait, no, she's a fighter, ranger, warlock. I think. So
I
I
mean,
think I'm the one with healing. Let's.
Rangers have healing, but you have to take it.
Yeah. Give him some of that sweet flute music.
The goblin wakes up and it looks around, scared at its new surroundings.
Just wakes up tied to a tree, listening to flute music.
So, Mr. Goblin, do you speak English?
What do you want with me?
Oh, good, he speaks English. This will be a lot easier. Well, for starters, we didn't want to outright attack you guys. We saw you. And we were more curious what you guys were doing out here.
We was hunting for horses.
Hunting for horses. Who are you hunting for horses for? Do you have like a commander, or
And
are
what
you guys like independent goblins? Like, what's going on?
and what do you do with these horses once you find them?
Cook them up. Eat them.
You eat good horses? God, you don't ride horses, bro.
Why would we ride horses? We got wargs.
Horses are faster than wargs.
So, Mr. Gobbo man, what's your name?
What's your name? What's your name? What's your name?
I'm assuming you're gonna have to look up a name or make up one.
Weagle.
Weagle. Okay. So, Mr. Weegleb, how do you and your tribe get along with the villages of people around here?
If they come close to our home, we kill them, cook them up. Tastes better than horses.
Well, that kind of answers my question.
You remember, like, when we technically raised our goblins, like, separate from goblin society because we killed all their parents?
Well, I mean, yeah, I can't assume that they're all bad, but in this case, yeah, I mean, the instinct was right.
So you didn't exactly raise all of your goblins. You from what happened after killing the leaders, the rest of the goblins just listened to you.
Yeah, I thought they were mostly children, so I just like.
Is it like, is it the situation of whoever is like the strongest, pretty much?
Yeah, it's a straight up caste system with no mobility, based off power.
So, okay, would we know enough since we've dealt with goblins to know that, like, can you go up to their tribe and then issue a challenge to their leader, or do they not respect that?
Uh, I mean, they would take offense to that, thinking that a lowly human could uh best the great goblin kind. So they'd just fight you. Um,
Is Ajax a human?
he's a half orc, right?
Half orc.
Um, but like in like all basically all the warriors of the camp would be fighting you regardless. Um, due to the caste system. But then all of the non-warrior class would just exist still.
Well, looks to John and looks to Brindley. Do we want to do something about that?
Um, Remind me, final, in this game, does your character grow big?
No.
No. Okay.
Because, I mean, I wouldn't mind taking care of that.
My idea was to enlarge you as a half orc, and then you're like a giant half orc walking up to them, and then we can try to like intimidate them to just like follow us.
um, I would like to ask, what was the name again? Warblet?
Weagled.
Weagle. I'd like to ask Weagle, what direction is your village or your tribe from here?
We don't go near the humans no more. And he points over there. That way.
So there's a rumor of a god over the mountain, or we can go back to the goblins, the direction we came from.
I mean, I'm all for dealing with the goblins.
All right.
Before we like leave from where we're at, give Weeble fuck, give Weeble a choice. Weeble, you can either stay here and be tied to this tree and probably starve to death, or you can, I say, swear allegiance to us.
You know, dealing with goblins, that you could phrase it in such a way to where he would understand that.
Whatever I have to, whatever wording it has to be.
Yeah. But he would understand that, like, you're offering him to join your tribe, and you're referencing like a much larger group than the four of you here,
Yeah.
because he's also assuming that the fetal position human is also in your tribe. Um, and he'll just nod his head.
John will like walk over to him and then like pull a like apple out of his ear with minor illusion.
The goblin's ear.
Yeah.
Okay, he'll try to grab the apple.
I'll let his hands just like go right through it.
He'll like look at you kind of disappointed.
Don't worry. I'll pull out a beef, a thing of my beef, like one of my beef jerkies that I have, and fucking give it to him. My week's worth of beef jerky that I carry around, mandatory.
He'll fucking pounce on that shit like Smeagol pounces on a fucking trout. He'll eat the jerky like Denethor eats tomatoes.
But while he's eating the beef jerky, I tell him to lead the way.
Can John like peek at the books the guy has to see if they have like titles or anything on the side?
Yeah, there's a book about
What kind of
like
books?
there's one book about like uh there's a book about the plains. There's a book about species of fungus found in the Underdark. And there is a book about cooking. Written for a race that you do not recognize.
Also, Jordan, can you refresh my memory above game? What was the name of the god's altar that I broke? Well, that was the like goblin worshiping, like goblins worshipped it.
Oh, Maglubiet?
Yeah, okay. I just wanted to make sure I had that just in case I needed it.
I'm honestly surprised I remembered that name.
I just remember breaking the altar.
If you guys want to pause there, I think Amber's like passed out at her
Yeah, I was
computer.
gonna ask before you guys moved on.
Yeah, I mean, we've been going for like 3 hours.
Yes.